Okay, guys. So in today's session, what we'll be going through is how exactly we can create our certificate using Let's Encrypt. What is Let's Encrypt, you could ask, right? So in order to access any of the application, okay, so what we do is, so if you access gmail.com, so if you here at the top, what you're able to see, right, connection is secured, but certificate secured. That is the reason this log symbol. Any website use google.com, say google.com, right? So there also be able to see connection. So why do we use this certificate? So in order to make sure that our site is secured enough, okay, there is no encryption is whenever a particular site, if you see log symbol is not there, it is running on a HTTP. It's not in HTTPS is not enabled. So those such type of application you not be accessing. So when we say this log symbol, right, how it works out is, so there are number of certificate authority guys are available. So those guys, uh, and they need to authorize your certificate. Okay, so for example, here if you there is a certificate authority will be this any certificate, right? So it would it has to be certified by some third party vendors. I say, let me take an example of Docker Hub, right? Particular website is secured valid. So this secured, I mean, our issued by our Amazon. So that one, you, our particular, this is our child certificate, docker.com. Okay. Mid layer certificate is Amazon RSI. Root certificate is for Amazon root one. So in this hierarchy, our application works. Okay. This is the way our application and our certificate, any certificate, it works. So any website you see it when in log symbol, right? A child certificate is if you see here star.docker.com, this particular certificate, whatever it Amazon has given it us, given it to us, given it to Docker is on a wild card. So whatever the hub before this, the hub here, if you see, is a but our subdomain we call. Okay, so docker.com is the main domain, hub the subdomain. That is what we so our intention is to make sure our application also uh, secured enough. So that is what we will be learning about. Okay. So how exactly the certificate it has been created. So all this certificate authority, right? These are all, uh, if you get the certificate from these guys, right? By default, in our operating system trust pro, right? Already this Amazon root certificate is certified. So whatever the Amazon root certificate signs any certificate, right? By default, it has been trusted. So that is the reason uh, you saw a log symbol. Okay, if you wanted to see who are all root CA certified root CA authorities, search that. List digital digicert is the certificate authority. any certificate signed by DigiCert, it will show like this. So any certificate get of the authority. Yeah. So here these are all trusted CS certificates. All these guys, to get a certificate from these guys, right? Amazon Root A1, A2, A3, right? So these are all valid certificate authorities. Okay, so if you get from these guys, so automatically these root certificate, it is by default it has been installed on your laptop or any operating system. Okay, so whoever signs it, right, we should be able to get the lock symbol. Okay, so if you see Apple one, Apple will be their own, issued by Apple Public EV RSS. In similarly, uh, these are all paid one. Okay, there is in our industry there is another one, is the free one. Okay, so that is what the you search with the Let's Encrypt, right? You should be able to get this particular website. Okay, this is a non-profit certificate authority. These guys will provide for up to 3 months. Okay, 3 month certificate you can use it. Okay, their website itself, it should have been authorized by themselves itself. Organization is that's an okay. So these guys have created. I mean, they give us a free Let's Encrypt certificate. Okay. Now what we will do is we will in this Let's Encrypt, right? Let us go get our own certificate. Okay. Since it is a 3 month certificate which will be valid for. Okay. So what we will do is we will install create this certificate. Okay, and then we'll try to use this certificate inside our backend application which we developed as part of this sessions. Okay, so for that what you need to say is just say Terraform let's encrypt. This is our problem. Go to, we should be able to provide us. So by default they have mentioned provider equal. So what we need to do, copy these all the bit it for certificate. So these all the things you, depending on your requirement, you need to change it. Okay? So what I will do here is I will create our certificate, and then thereafter I'll try to apply it to our Spring Boot application. Let us see how it goes. Okay, so I have already coded this bit. What I will do is I will explain it one by one. So if you see here, this is our TLS private. What this bit of a code does is it creates a private key for us. Okay, any certificate will be a combination of a private key, public certificate. Okay, so any certificate combination of key plus public cert. Okay, that is what it. Okay, in this case, we are creating a private key here. Then thereafter, what we are saying is Acme registration. We are doing it. So for this, what we have given the primary key. What we are using is the private key, the above one, the name of resource, and then we are saying private key. So this would be our primary private key. The email ID, email address, whichever you wanted to give it for this registry, you need to give that bit. Just make sure that uh, if you are using, ideally you should be using a PDL in our companies, right? Rather than use usual mail ID, we recommend to use the PDL. PDL stand for a public distribution. Your team itself will be having a team mail ID. Okay, because if anyone one of your team their mail ID, and if he resigns or if he of the company, right? So ideally we need to recreate the certificate. It's a painful process. That is the reason PDL mail ID. Okay. Then the next bit is a Acme certificate related bit coding we need. So here what we will do is account PEM. Again we are giving a PEM. Okay, what the private key we are using it. Here if you see Acme, sorry, account PEM. Okay, out of this Acme register, whatever that we are using. Common name we are giving it as a mother tongue. Okay, mother tongue dot on. Then thereafter we need to, here the provider what we are using is Azure. Okay, just note that when we are using the other bit, right? So here if you, for AWS we need to use, yeah, if you are using Google Cloud, that bit is, these are all the providers. Here can use the provider as Azure or all these providers. Is a Google Cloud. Okay, these are all the DNS provider currently. So uh, whichever one you are you wanted to use it, can use the same. In our case, we are using Azure Cloud. So here, what we need to do. Currently, I have hard coded all this data. After this session, I will be your client ID as client secret, and then our resource group. Resource group of our where exactly our DNS zone exists. Okay, remember our DNS zone. It exists in, I have created in a DNS. That is what I had mentioned. Variabilized it. Currently, DNS I am passing it. Okay. Then thereafter, these are all the hard coding it. You can remove that. Not a Terraform skill, otherwise I have gone in depth. Okay. Uh, until here, after that, what I have done is I have declared a variable called as search chain. Search chain is nothing but for Acme certificate. Okay, this that I have given for this, and then certificate PEM. Certificate PEM, we are trying to get it. What we are here, what we are file. So we are saving the certificate, whatever certificate we are generating it, saving it to local, and even the private key as well. Okay, those things we are downloading. Okay, we are downloading the location. In this way, what we do is we create a certificate. Okay, so let us go and run this bit. Okay, let me destroy it first, because I had, as part of a, yeah, testing bit, right? I had created this, right? Let it go. it has been destroyed. Okay, so in order to create it, so what we'll do is Terraform. So if you see here, what it is creating all the certificate. The resource group, it is creating it. Then thereafter, the random password and our certificate. Okay, uh, and the local file which is getting, okay, the file is getting created. So I'll just say yes. Okay, before that, so what it will do is it will go and create a files over the module. Let me see. Okay, it has been created. If I do search here, you would be able to see a private key and our local certificate. This is what the certificate we would be using. Name what we are given here is local cert chain.pem. That with the same name it has been. Okay. If you wanted to view it in order to find it out whether it's working fine or not, right? Certificate has been created properly or not. What we can do is we can use a certificate decoder, okay, and check it out. If I enter it here, the common name is mothertongue.online. Okay, alternative name is also given. I have not given all these details. That's fine. Valid from July 9th to October 7th. Okay, meaning roughly around 3 months, 90 days. Okay, that is what it gives for free. So the proper CA certified, CA approved certificate, authority approved certificate.